In this video I want to show you how to crochet a nice present for the birth of a baby. When creating this chain we have to pay special attention to its length, which is regulated by a European DIN norm. I will talk about this norm in the course of the instruction. I want to quickly point out that I'm not responsible for accidents caused by incorrectly created chains. For this project we need some wool and a corresponding hook. I'm using a 3.5 sized hook. We also need scissors and a sewing needle. Really important, measuring tape, a pacifier chain clip, push button pliers with corresponding buttons, and a desired number of accessories. You can find instruction for the heart and the butterfly on my channel and on my homepage. We begin with the first loop. Now we chain 65 stitches or razor as many as you need to create a chain that is approximately 30 centimeters long. I just chained 65 stitches. When you measure the chain, you should make sure that it is not longer than 30 centimeters. Reason for this is the European DIN EN 12586 norm, which established that pacifier chains are not allowed to be longer than 22 centimeters. The pacifier clip is not taken into account here. We work a double crochet into each chain until we reach the end. When you finish the chain of double crochet, cut out the thread generously. We still need a bit of the thread to sew on the clip. Pull tight the thread through the last loop. Now we take our pacifier clip and sew it on the chain. We generously fold the end of the string of chains. Next, we take our sewing needle and stitch down the end of the chain. Pay close attention to sew it on correctly so that the chain doesn't break by itself or through pulling and ripping by a baby. To finish it off, we make a double knot. Hide both ends of the string under the stitches. And cut off the ends. We can do the same thing with the thread from the beginning. Next, we will put on the button on the other side. We fold over part of the end of the chain and take our measuring tape. According to the already mentioned D norm, a pacifier chain is allowed to be 22 centimeters long without the clip. You should definitely take this into account when putting on the push buttons. I keep holding the approximate spot with my finger. Now I take the clip for the push buttons to insert it in the spot in the chain and on the push button pliers on the other side. Then I take the counterpart and put it on the top of the bottom part above the chain. Keep hold of everything and firmly squeeze the pliers so that the push button system closes correctly. We are done with the first part. Now to the counterpart button. We start with the bottom part again, which we put underneath the chain. Put everything in between the pliers. You can also connect both parts already and put the chain in between, then insert everything in the pliers. Firmly squeeze the push button pliers once again, so that the buttons connect with each other. We are done with the second part now. Finally, we are only missing the accessories. We need two versions of each accessory, one for the front and one for the back. You can find instructions on how to crochet hearts or butterflies on my channel. I start with a butterfly. For that I will utilize white yarn, which is the same I used for the butterfly. We cut off a good deal of it for the sewing part. We thread the yarn into a sewing needle. Now we adjust the butterfly at the position we would like it to be and insert a thread of yarn through the chain and the butterfly. We make a double knot at the end to tighten the thread. We can cut off a bit of the end right now to make it disappear completely underneath the butterfly. We take the second butterfly and place it as equally as possible on the first one. Afterwards we insert the needle. Now keep hold of everything to sew along the borders of the butterfly. Remember to work carefully here as well so that no baby is able to loosen the items. When you finish sewing along the borders, make another knot into the last stitch. We can then just hide the yarn within both of the butterflies. Cut it off and done. We apply the same procedure for the hearts. Here we also make a knot at the end and just hide the yarn within the heart. Really important, don't forget the pacifier at the end. And done.